Today on Rock the Park, we're in the north woods of our home state of Minnesota.
Oh my gosh, this is just a minefield.
Oh, maneuvering through miles and miles of water.
Swinging over it all? Not really.
Battling the elements and the insects.
The settlers were actually driven insane by the black fly. I'm about there.
Get away.
And trying a few firsts.
Oh my gosh. This is a part of Minnesota we've never experienced before, and it starts now.
I'm Jack Steward.
And I'm Colton Smith.
We love the national parks.
Oh my gosh.
It's all about packing up a car and just doing it. Just hitting the road.
Our goal is to visit every national park in this country.
And when you go off the beaten path like we do,
There's no telling what will happen next.
wow, ready for the time of your life?
Get set to rock the park.
This is Voyageurs National Park, right here in our home state of Minnesota, one of the nation's wildest and most remote national parks.
If you want to get away from it all, this is the place for you. Voyageurs is a jigsaw of wilderness and waterways and over 900 islands. And to experience it, we'll definitely need a boat, a couple of kayaks, and
Sometimes you just can't beat a good old-fashioned canoe.
Voyageurs is located on the far reaches of northern Minnesota, on the border between the U.S. and Canada. Almost the entire border is water. In fact, water makes up more than a third of the park.
Something tells me we're gonna be doing a lot of paddling on this trip.
that's how the first European fur traders got around here. Legendary for their strength and ability to subsist on simple rations, their paddling skills earned them the name Voyageurs, and the park was named for them. We're gonna explore this park like the Voyageurs did, and while we're not gonna be doing all the heavy lifting, we're definitely not bringing any modern food with us.
Does that mean we have to ditch the granola bars?
I think that definitely means we gotta ditch the granola bars.
The best way to think of the Voyageurs is like today's truck drivers. So the Voyageurs' job was to transport goods, traveling through this whole area in large 26-foot North canoes. So the Voyageurs are paddling 15, 16 hours a day.
Ooh.
They'll take short breaks to eat a little food, but really the focus is on moving goods. A lot of being a Voyager is paddling and starving.
Oh no.
This land was formed by ancient earthquakes, volcanoes, and most recently glaciers. The terrain is tough, and that's one reason few visitors go into the backcountry like we'll be doing.
There's lots of rocks, lots of rocky islands, so be aware of that as you're boating around. And the neat thing about these rocks is that they're old. Anywhere from 2.7 to 2.8 billion years old.
Billion?
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Over half the age of the Earth.
We love exploring the backcountry, and we've come prepared.
This is it. We've got all of our tools, our kayaks, our backpacks. Are you ready, man?
Yep. But we always start our trips the way many park visitors travel. In Voyageurs, that's by houseboat.
Oh my gosh, is that it?
Oh,
Wow.
geez, the view up here is great.
Another way to see the park is by speedboat. That's how we're making our way through some of the park's 4 main lakes, where we'll see evidence of the territory's first inhabitants, long before the Voyageurs laid eyes on it. Pictographs are ancient drawings on rock made by Native Americans as far back as 2,000 years ago, and these are amazing.
The one over there, I can't tell. It almost looks like a bear claw to me.
Yeah, no, I see what you're talking about.
That's pretty cool.
They're basically a sign to other travelers saying, there's fish here, there's other large game here, you're not gonna go hungry.
I see one that I think looks like a rocket ship. Now, I'm aware that they didn't have rocket ships probably back when these were made.
How do you know they didn't have rocket ships back then?
That's a great call. I don't know.
Next stop, Rainy Lake, which at 345 square miles is a great place to spot moose feeding on water plants near the shore. Males weigh up to 1,000 pounds on average. And at last count, there were 67 bald eagle nests within the park. So it's not that unusual to see mom or dad out hunting for dinner. We're told there are some other killer views you can only appreciate on foot. So we're headed to the cliffs at Anderson Bay.
We really want to see what all the hype's about.
All right, let's hit the trail.
Let's do it. Careful, these rocks are really slippery. It's rained a ton here.
We're crossing a lot of rock, so it's easy to lose a trail. Luckily, we spot piles of rocks called cairns that have been put here to guide the way.
From the way this one's looking, it's pointing trail is that way.
We knew we were climbing, but had no idea just how much elevation we gained until now.
Wow.
I do definitely see why this is one of the most photographed spots in the park.
The cliffs climb to just over 1,100 feet of elevation and rise 80 feet above the water below.
It's pretty awesome to actually get to climb up here and get a nice different perspective. These Voyageurs, they just crawl right up here and be able to see a lot farther and navigate the waters even better.
And unfortunately, see how far they have to go. And in this park, I couldn't imagine rowing for 16 hours a day.
Oh my God.
Coming up, while the Voyageurs were all work and no play,
This is ridiculous.
we can't resist having a little fun, just as long as we're in the neighborhood.
We're in northern Minnesota in the remote Voyageurs National Park, a playground for those who love water and wilderness. Our ultimate goal is to live like the Voyageurs did. But first, we're having some good old-fashioned fun, and it's freaking us out a little bit.
About 40% of this park is completely covered with water. Now, we've been told that there's gonna be maybe some cliff jumping involved.
From the boat, we look at it and we're like, oh, it's about 25 feet. Getting up there, you look down and all you see is rock and water. I'm pretty nervous. Our guide tells us it's plenty deep.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, you're going first.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. Oh no. Oh man. Whoa! Whoa! Do it, man!
Here goes nothing.
That was incredible! Woo! Yeah!
Jumping off that thing and then you just slap into the water, like it was a rush. I want to do it again.
That was a blast. That was so much fun.
Tomorrow, we'll be heading into the backcountry by canoe like the Voyageurs did. But for now, we're ending the day listening to the wolves as we hit the kayaks. Wolves live in packs of up to 8 animals, and because they are nocturnal, they often howl at night to call the pack or warn each other of danger. The next morning, our mission is to get into full Voyager mode, which means no more modern food.
We're basically trying to catch our food, except for the pemmican.
The Voyageurs needed food that would keep their energy up and not spoil, so they carried something called pemmican, a mixture of berries, dried meat, and 60% fat.
And it's just shoved into a container, and it just... Are you a good fisherman? I haven't fished in about 15 years.
We're heading to Locator Lake on the chain of lakes. To avoid the spread of invasive species from one lake to another, the park doesn't allow visitors to bring canoes into the backcountry.
So, we've gotten to our dock, and now we have a 2-mile hike through the woods to get to our canoes.
Not too bad of a hike. One thing that we're already seeing, though, are bugs.
Oh my gosh, they're bad. They're pretty brutal.
Oh, watch your pole.
This isn't starting out well. We've been told to watch out for black bears that will sometimes approach people looking for food.
We've got black bears, moose, both which are dangerous animals. You gotta look out for them, but I think our biggest enemy is gonna be the mosquitoes.
Easily.
It's really hot. Oh, get away.
I have to wear this. The bugs are just too bad. This will protect my arms, and I can put my hood up so the horseflies don't just bite my head.
Minnesota is the land of 10,000 lakes, which makes for an endless supply of mosquitoes and black flies.
This is exactly why the bugs are so bad. You have stagnant, sitting water, which is just a perfect breeding ground for these bugs.
The best thing we can do is to keep moving.
Flies are just making circles around you. I know, seriously.
Go.
Come on, go faster.
I'm going.
I'm getting swarmed here.
Luckily, the canoes are right where we were told they would be.
Hey, there we go. Okay.
The park keeps them here for visitors. You just have to make a reservation.
Now we're heading out into the chain of lakes, and this is where the fun begins because the Voyageurs paddled everywhere here. So our journey really begins now. All right.
The chain of lakes includes 4 bodies of water. Some are connected by channels, others will require us to carry our canoes. In other words, portage between lakes. We're looking at a good 5 miles to explore them all before setting up camp.
You know, dude, I heard that the Voyageurs, to pass the time, they would sing.
Yeah, in the spirit of the Voyageurs.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream.
We've only canoed about 2.5 miles, crossing 2 lakes when we hit our first big challenge.
Looks like the end of the line. Here, dude, let's power it in.
Gunner.
Yep, gun it. It's definitely our portage.
Yep.
Steer to the right.
Oh no.
We're bottoming out. Come on, power it in.
I'm going.
2 lakes down and a 150-yard hike to our next lake. Carrying our canoe.
It's good, let's suss it out.
Our canoe is heavy, and this huge beaver dam could save us a lot of work.
The water level over there is much higher. This is gonna take us right to Quill Lake, so we might be able to actually just pull the canoe up as far as here, hop right back in.
Forget the portage. We're just gonna keep going through the channel.
Everybody loves a shortcut, right? Remember that. Lucky for us, the water on the other side of the dam is just deep enough.
See that? Yeah. Straight up there. It gets much narrower than it is right now. I'm still confident we can make it though.
Ooh. That was a rock.
We gotta gather food and get ready for dinner. So we got a lot of work ahead of us.
Oh my gosh, this is just a minefield.
Our decision to skip the portage doesn't seem to be the smartest thing in the world.
I don't know if we're gonna be able to continue on. It's wetlands, as far as we can see. Time is an issue right now.
So we have to make a tough decision right now, dude. Are we gonna try to somehow get to Quill Lake or do we turn back?
I'm taking a beating. Oh, man.
You swinging over it all?
We're in the backcountry of Voyageurs National Park in northern Minnesota. And in our effort to get to the backcountry, we decided not to walk our canoes across land as we were told we should. Instead, we've taken what we think is a shortcut through a beaver channel.
Our plan has completely backfired. We've got obstacles everywhere. Jack's up top, and every second he's calling, rock left, stick right.
We gotta go to the right. Oh, we got one big rock right here. We can't go any further. It's dead ends. It's not looking like we're gonna get to Quill Lake. We're not making it to our destination today. You gotta be smart, and this isn't smart, so we're gonna turn back.
Muddy and marshy land around the channel makes setting up camp along here impossible. We have no choice but to turn back and hope we find dry land before dark.
Before we just hop back in that canoe, I wanna have a decent game plan of where we're trying to get to.
I say we just kind of venture a little bit that way, start scanning the shore, and hopefully something sticks out.
By late afternoon, we learned the hard way why we needed to reach Quill Lake. It's one of only a couple of places with a shoreline suitable for camping.
We wasted a lot of the day trying to go through that creek and coming back here. This is where we started today. It's about 4, and we were hoping to be at camp by 1, giving us all day to catch plenty of food, get ourselves settled. Now we're kind of under the gun to get all this stuff done before nightfall. We gotta get the tent set up right now so we can at least throw our stuff in there and sit down for 30 minutes without these bugs swarming us. It's bad. My ankles are chewed up. I'm starving right now. It's been so long today, and we've been just paddling and exerting energy. I think we gotta open up the pemmican.
Pemmican is a mixture of fat, dried meat, and berries. The Voyageurs were tough guys. We learned that today. Doesn't mean I want to eat like them.
Oh my gosh. Do you have spoons?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Right
This is, I guess I'll say this is how the Voyageurs probably did it.
This is how they did it,
Yeah.
and I have to say, this is a nice heap of fat right there.
Oh,
Here goes nothing.
Your face is not convincing whatsoever.
It's really not bad.
Give me that.
It's not bad. It's not good. What do you think?
It's actually not nearly as bad as I thought it
Yeah,
was
well,
gonna be.
that's why I say it's not bad. It's just not good. It's like you're eating berry fat ice cream.
The Voyageurs ate pemmican as a source of protein and energy, and because they couldn't take the time to hunt or fish, we're determined that this will not be our entire dinner.
Our best bet is just to go up into the hills and kind of look around and see what we can find.
You should never eat berries you're not familiar with, so we're looking for ones we know are safe.
Some blueberries.
Oh man, it doesn't get any easier than that.
No, unfortunately, there's only about 4 of them that I'm seeing, so it might not feed us for the entire evening, but it's a good start.
Here we go.
As hungry as we are, we're not sure the berries are worth the bites.
These bugs will get you.
We decide our best bet for fresh food, fishing.
Now, Jack and I, we're from Minnesota, and one of the things you do when you're in this state is you fish.
That is, unless you're us. Somehow, we never picked up this now crucial skill.
We don't even know how to cast, so things could be looking pretty rough here. Boy, round 10.
If this is any indication of how the rest of the night is gonna go,
There we go.
I think we're eating pemmican.
And just when we start to think we'll never catch a break,
Oh, I got one, yeah!
Reel her in. Get it. Come on, that's dinner. Get it.
Stay on! Oh! Oh, yeah! Yeah!
That's huge.
Yeah, dinner!
Nice. Well done. Our screams of joy are echoing around. Oh, I got one. Yeah!
Oh,
Oh, he's fighting me. Oh my God.
I'm sitting there thinking we're about to have our Kodak moment where we've got both of us holding up our trophies. And then out of nowhere, boom.
No, get him! Get him! No!
I lost him, no.
and eventually we get the hang of it.
Man, he's
Get
a
her.
fire.
Come on.
He's a fire. Oh! Well done. Oh, yeah. Another bass. Looks like fish is on the menu tonight.
A typical smallmouth bass will weigh between 2 and 4 pounds. Small, but happy news to our growling stomachs.
Yeah.
That is some good-looking meat, man.
Wow, it just peels away.
I'm proud of us right now.
I am too, man. I'm just gonna dig in. Oh my gosh, that's good.
Great. No pemmican for us, man. I don't know. You know, at first I kind of thought to myself, it'd be tough to be a Voyager. I think we're getting it down.
Voyageurs National Park is literally in our own backyard.
One of the things I'm proud of is the fact that there were so many things we did today that we've never done before. I'm full right now. We've got fish, we've got blueberries. It's how incredible is tonight.
I know, we actually were able to make our own little feast. After all that hard work, all that worry about finding food, now we get to just kick back, relax, and soak in the northern way of life.
Having to go out there with the mentality of finding food and making sure we're safe and all that, it added to the adventure. There were times where I was legitimately nervous. I thought, you know what, I don't see us catching any food. Man, our skills showed up a little bit, a little more than I thought.
Voyageurs is definitely one of those national parks where if you're looking for that peace, you're looking for that solitude, you're gonna find it out here.
And remember, if we can do it, so can you.
So the next chance you get, go out and rock the park.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Make sure to leave any questions or comments that you have.
And please subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more to come.